is Roxanne Alviso, and I head up the Business Value Services Group with the specialization on HCM. I'm here to talk to you today about why our customers call to move to the cloud. Our customers call us because they set out a vision to which they want their customer to drive their strategy. In this particular example, one of the benefits is to save money by reducing manual work and reducing risk and lower the back office cost. They do want to scale the organization, automating transactions across the business, and then grow. These initiatives are further propelled by business drivers. These drivers are what drive the quantifiable benefits for organizations who need to create a business case for change. In this instance, it's all around competition. They need to be able to shift their focus and be innovative as their competition is consistently driving them to be better. They have to have governance to really mitigate risk and keep them compliant across the organization. And then consumers. And then, yes, finally, but not least, technology. The fact is, the rate of change is really happening within technology at a speed of light. And for customers who are on-prem solution, their IT staff is mainly focused on just keeping them compliant. So when companies reach out to us to move to the cloud, it really is about keeping up with the pace of change and being able to execute against their vision. Here's just a few challenges that we have and that we see on a regular basis. One, a disjointed employee experience. Remember, your employees are also your consumers. So if your employees are having a disjointed experience, most likely so are your customers. Dated point solutions. They have tons of data. It just becomes extremely cumbersome for them to utilize that data and make actionable decisions within those challenges. That is where customers reach out to us to say, we no longer want to be on an on-prem solution. We want to move to the cloud. They also have to be adaptable. And then, yes, everybody wants to move to the cloud. But the truth is it also drives a lower TCO. One of the things we do is help organizations create a business case for change. No organization makes a change without creating some sort of a business case and understanding these three things. What's the business impact? What's the investment? And ultimately, what's the cost to our organization? Their goal is to drive efficiencies, be effective, mitigate risk, and again, grow revenue. What we do is we come in and we understand the business and then processes. No change is strategic if you're not willing to evolve your processes moving forward. Let's talk about some of the return that customers who have chosen to go to Oracle's Cloud HR have experienced. 79% have experienced an improvement in reporting productivity. 34% have had increased staff productivity, and 48% have decreased the maintenance and cost of those legacy systems, and 70% of our customers have reduced their compliance costs by making the change to Oracle's Cloud HCM. Up next, we'll be talking to Greg Zanowski around how to make the change to the cloud.
My name is Greg Zanowski. I lead our North American Applications Consulting HCM consulting practice. In this segment, we're going to talk about how we actually help our clients move to the cloud. So as Roxanne had kind of set up the why, I'm going to next talk about the how. And just to kind of break down the different areas we think about when we engage with our clients, there's many different areas. So the first one is strategy and vision. Second, Roxanne also talked about the pace of change. And for us, when we think about the pace of change, that really culminates into establishing a cloud culture. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time today talking about the 7 different elements of a cloud culture that are really critical to not only getting you to the cloud, but actually sustaining that change in an ongoing manner. And in cloud, it's all about understanding what you've done historically in your on-premise investment and environment. And how do you evolve from that state to the cloud? And we'll talk about some of the unique tools that Oracle provides through our Chemly analysis to help you really uncover what you have today to help prepare us for moving to the cloud. As I mentioned, the cloud culture is something that's really important for our clients with an on-premise history. And the 7 here are as mentioned. One is acceleration. So this has to do with how do we help our clients make decisions at speed. And the ability to be able to evaluate something quickly, make a decision, and move on is going to be critical. We also look at transparency. We also think about versatility, empowerment. We also think about innovation. Again, looking at different opportunities to innovate, try new things, evaluate, and help determine how to best support your business requirements. Simplicity. This is probably the most important thing in terms of moving to the cloud. Taking best practices from Oracle to help drive simplicity, not only to establish the solution initially, but to help to sustain it and maintain it as easily as possible long term. And then overall, lastly, collaboration. Next, I'm going to talk a little bit about the different ways we can help our customers evaluate your on-premise environment through the tools, as I mentioned, called our Chemly analysis. And these are really powerful tools that can plug in directly to your environment and help read and understand what has been done to that environment. We can also help our customers benchmark their environment against other customers by industry, by size and scope, and by solution set. We evaluate what's available in the standard cloud product. We understand, is there a possibility of a business process change to simplify, again, one of our cloud traits. And where possible, we can also extend the application through our PaaS platform. But the Chemly analysis and tool set is a really unique way to understand what you've done to your current environment to broker those conversations. Next, as we get into these projects with our clients, the topic of transformation comes up. And we believe that every migration to the cloud from on-premise is a transformation in itself. We really think it's important for our clients to have a good aligned understanding of what type of project are they looking for. On the left-hand side, some customers are looking purely for a shift in technology, kind of a lift and shift from on-premise to cloud, maybe due to an expiring or unsupported version or other factors driving that. On the other end of the spectrum, we see clients that are looking for a capital T transformation. And that includes a lot of different things. That requires a really robust business strategy, like Roxanne talked about. Again, transformation is a term that's frequently used, but it's important to pair that back into what's really important for you so you can devise what needs to go into your program to make it successful and hit your requirements. One of the ways that we've been very effective in helping our clients prepare for moving to the cloud is through what we call a phase zero engagement. And so taking the input from a business case into this process, we can help really detail out that roadmap. So in a phase zero, from an implementation perspective, we can take the macro view of the business case and drive that into a much more granular roadmap that will help kind of drive the sequence and other activities. We can also look at things like your overall enterprise architecture. We can look at data and integration. And for many of our clients on premise who've had those solutions for many years, this can be an area of complexity. Once we get our arms around those four elements, roadmap, scope, architecture, and data and integration, we then have a firm handle on the scope of the project and can also help advise our clients on things around change management. And we can also, most importantly, help our clients figure out what are the resources you need to support this project in both internally and from the outside. And then lastly, as it relates to resources, also thinking about not only the project resources you need during implementation or migration, but how do you set up a resource model that you can have the key resources in place that will sustain and continue to operate after you hit your milestone. And then lastly, we spend a lot of time thinking about governance for the program, but also more importantly, the operational governance model you need to sustain the change with the 7 cloud traits we had talked about earlier. Let's look at an example we did recently with a large retail grocer who was on premise with our solutions for over 20 years. They came to us initially with an immediate need for a new recruiting solution. They also had a new CHRO coming in board, trying to get his arms around the organization, the systems in place, why things were done, and an IT organization that had shared a 5-year roadmap for moving to the cloud. We did a Chemly analysis in the environment and actually found that this customer was one of the most heavily customized retail customers globally. And so while things were working, we did uncover a lot of pain points in terms of processing time, a lot of manual labor that was required to sustain and maintain the solution and support it ongoing. And the time to value for the 5-year roadmap was really not meeting their needs. And we were able to cut that roadmap down to 2 years to achieve the needs that they had and help them address not only recruiting, but also a full core HR system that was be essential for the platform overall within HR. Additionally, one of the ways that Oracle has invested over the last few years to help the migration process be that much easier is through what we call our SOAR tools. And we've developed these tools in a systematic way over the last few years as a way to reduce the complexity, the risk, the timeline, and the cost by as much as 30% or more for our clients in what we see as really a very prescriptive and well thought out approach. As part of our SOAR process, we provide expert services who know your current on-premise environment and a set of tools that actually migrates and maps your data over much more efficiently. And as you can see in the lower left-hand side, we've developed packages or what we call flight plans that help our customers move the like-for-like capabilities into the cloud. And then lastly, as it relates to our SOAR roadmap, we continue to make investments to help our customers realize the benefits of moving to the cloud much more efficiently. And at this point, we've really built out flight plans and services and tools for almost every environment that you may have. So it's a great opportunity and way to reduce that cost of the migration and start realizing the benefits of moving to the cloud.